What is up, YouTube? So this is my first official video for the channel, Coyote Cole. I have a Coyote Mustang. My name's Cole, hence the name Coyote Cole. But anyway, super excited to make a bunch of videos and share my experience with Mustangs and all kinds of cool cars and stuff like that with you guys, and hopefully a lot of videos to come. But today, we're really excited because we just got a phone call from the shop that the Mustang is going to be ready here in about 30 minutes to an hour. So we're going to go up there and pay the man, pick the car up. Hopefully everything's good. Got to catch you guys up on that. So, long story short, I bought the car April 22nd, 2022. And so I've owned it for just over a month. Sunday was May 22nd. So yeah, just over a month. But I've only driven it for about 2 weeks. The transmission, as a lot of Mustang guys know, the MT82 transmission, it is a manual 6-speed 5.0, 2012. The MT82s just aren't great. I mean, they just aren't. There's like two different sides to it. There's like the guy that's like, oh yeah, well, MT82s are fine, you just don't know how to drive. And then there's the guy that's like, yeah, MT82s are junk. And I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I'm like, you know, MT82s I wouldn't say are junk, but I don't think they're right for the Mustang because they were made to hold like 380 crank horsepower, and the Mustang's making 420 stop to the crank. Like, we're not even talking about wheel horsepower, we're talking about crank. And then as much as people do to Mustangs, especially Coyotes, to upgrade them for power and stuff, you would just think that in a muscle car or sports car, or whatever you want to call it, that the transmission would have been for more power. It'd be able to hold more power than it does. We should have gotten the DR6060. It is what it is. Can't control it, so oh well. But anyway, we went with a Stage 2 Ben Calimer transmission with the upgraded upgraded carbon fiber synchros, upgraded shift forks, etc., etc. And then we went with a Stage 2 single disc clutch, and obviously we've got a new slave cylinder, new braided clutch cable. We did a Steeda Triax short throw shifter, and I believe it came with a weighted shift knob. If it doesn't, oh well, we'll just put the other shift knob back in there. The car is a track pack, so it's got 373 gears and stuff like that. But anyway, we're excited to go pick it up because we haven't had it in like over 2 weeks, so we're hype about that. But yeah, so pretty much welcome to the channel. Can't wait to make a bunch of these videos. We're gonna be doing a lot of Mustang stuff, but a lot of car stuff in general. I mean, we love playing with vehicles, so yeah, stay tuned. We'll be right back with the Mustang, and yeah, here she be. Finally got her back. Car is running way better than it did. No more grinding in the transmission. Running smooth like butter. We went ahead and did coil packs and spark plugs when we got it back here to the house. So yeah, but next we're gonna go ahead and do a detail. So show you guys a little bit about how I clean these things. Yeah, enjoy it. Is up, guys? So yeah, that is a check engine light right there. I mean, we're waiting on it, hoping it'll clear itself. We were gonna clear it with the computer, but we're gonna try to see if it'll clear itself. So let me give you a little rundown on what we did. Dropped the car off at Raw Power Performance to get the transmission, clutch cable, which is a McLeod's braided clutch cable. I talked about it earlier, but it is a McLeod's. But anyway, the Steeda Triac short throw shifter, and that was pretty much it. We got the car all put back together and got it back, and we had a misfire on cylinder 4 and cylinder 7. So we were like, you know, I guess it could need some coil packs. I mean, the car's got like 64,000 miles on it. You know, it probably needs some coil packs. We didn't want to jump to conclusions on it, so we went ahead and talked it all over, looked at all of our worst case scenarios first, which could have been the crankshaft position sensor, which would have been terrible because then we would have had to drop the transmission, pull the clutch out, pull the flywheel out, whole 9 yards. And we didn't want to do all that, so we were like, well, let's do process of elimination. So we couldn't pick up coil packs last night, but we picked up some spark plugs. We went with just some NGK Iridium spark plugs, and we put plugs in it. And then today we got the coil packs in. They're NGK as well. I wanted to go with Motorcraft. I know everybody's going to be like, you know, oh, why would you go with anything aftermarket? Just run the Ford Motorcraft coil packs. I couldn't get any until next week. So we were like, you know what, we're just going to roll with the NGKs, which don't have a terrible name. I mean, they're a pretty good brand. So went with the NGK coil packs. After we got all that done, the cylinder changed to cylinder 2, and we're like, what the hell? Like, how did it go from 4 and 7 to cylinder 2? And cylinder 2 was just dead. I mean, there was no power from it, and it just stayed off. And so we pulled the NGK coil pack off, put the original Motorcraft one back on. Car's running fine. We've only put a few miles on it since then. I want to say like maybe 6 or 7 miles on it. And we're hoping for the check engine light to clear itself. If it doesn't, then we're going to clear it and then hope that it doesn't come back on. But anyway, quick rundown on what was going on. So when you drove the car, that was a terrible takeoff right there, that's my bad. But when you drove the car, you would it would be driving fine, no check engine light, and then the check engine light would come on and start flashing, and it would lose a bunch of power. It would sound bad because it had a misfire. But then the misfire would go away and it would start running fine again. So it was kind of weird, but we knew nothing was wrong with the motor because it wasn't a constant misfire. So I knew it either had to be coil packs, spark plugs, or injectors. Well, I hooked the computer up to it. Injectors rated, all 8 of them were good. And then it was saying just misfire on 4 and 7. So took the coil packs off, mixed them up, and then it was like, oh, you got a misfire on cylinder 1 and cylinder 6, I think. I can't remember which ones it was. But I'm like, okay, so that means it's probably the coil packs. While the coil packs were out, we put plugs in there, got the new coil packs in, and then it was running bad, so we hooked the computer up, said cylinder 2 was bad, pulled the coil pack out, put the new coil pack, or the old coil pack back in, runs fine. I mean, we aren't losing any power right now. I mean, we're running healthy as a horse. But yeah, so we're in the break-in period, so I don't want to do nothing crazy, any crazy pulls or anything like that, because, you know, we don't want to mess anything up, if possible. But That's way better. Holy cow. But yeah, so hopefully we can get rid of that check engine light. If not, I'm going to clear it. If it's not gone by tomorrow, I'm going to get rid of it by clearing it with the computer and hope that it doesn't come back on. I haven't plugged the computer back in to see if it's going to read any codes or if it's throwing any codes. When I plugged it in to find out what cylinder was bad, that was the only code that it was saying was cylinder 2 was bad. So I'm thinking it's going to clear itself. Also, let me know if anybody had an upshift solenoid removed on their Coyote. It's a first-gen Coyote. The Calimer transmission that I got is a stage 2, and it didn't come with a upshift solenoid. And they were saying, like, hey, if we put a little badge on there that says Calimer, where the upshift solenoid's at, don't remove it and put a upshift solenoid on there. Well, I didn't at first, and then I put it back on after everything else, and I haven't had any issues yet, but it was throwing a code for me. But yeah, just out of curiosity, I'm not really sure. I've never heard of that or anything. But so yeah, just let me know what you guys think, and yeah, man, hopefully we get some more videos going. Take it easy.